Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a video all about my foundations. I'm just going to go through my foundation collection, and I was going to make this kind of like a declutter, but I honestly don't think I have that many. Okay, wait. I have a lot of foundations. I don't think I have that many that I want to get rid of. If I do come across something that I'm just not feeling, then maybe I will stick in another pile, but most things that I could get rid of is just because I haven't used it enough times to really know how I feel about it. I need to test it out a few more times. So yeah, I have all of these drugstore foundations, and I have all of these high-end foundations. So I think what I'm going to do is just pull one thing at a time out of each and show y'all my thoughts, why I have it, why I like it, if there's a reason I don't like it, you know, all of the deets. So the first foundation that we're going to be talking about is the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir Foundation. And this was like one of my go-tos probably a few months ago. I love it. It makes your skin look so healthy, and I like to mix it like a liquid illuminator, and it made it so pretty. I just haven't reached for it here lately. I need to dip back into it. So if you like dewy foundations and you're not like a matte kind of gal, then I would highly suggest this one because it looks so good on. The next foundation that I'm going to be talking about is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. That's a long one, but this is what it looks like. It has this really cool, it's a glass bottle with a little dropper, and then twist it, and to know when it's all the way closed, this top little part will twist down. I really like this. This is another one that is obviously luminous. It's in the name. But the only thing is this one is really dark, so I can only use this when I'm like super self-tan. When I went on vacation and was at the beach and really dark, this is what I used. And I mixed it sometimes with my Hourglass stick foundation, and it looked really good. I love it. The next product that I want to talk about is the Maybennine Dream Liquid Mousse. I honestly haven't reached for this in a really long time. I don't think I had any bad thoughts on it, but there's just a few other Maybelline foundations that I like a little better. So I might test this out one last time and see what my thoughts are now, and maybe get rid of it. I don't know. The next foundation I want to talk about is the Tarte Shape Tape. I like this foundation. I go at the matte one, and usually I guess when I got this, I was more about the matte life, but now I like hydrating. I like this one. I still use it, but it is a little light for me right now. So yeah, this is a good one if you like, I wouldn't say if you like the Shape Tape concealer that you would like this, because I don't think that it is the same exact formula, but if you use the Shape Tape a lot, this is really good to pair with it. The next foundation I want to talk about is the Rimmel Stay Matte. This is a mousse consistency, and I used to use this all the time. Honestly, it's almost gone, so I might just use it all up and see if I want to repurchase it. I don't really think that I have anything bad to say about it. It's lightweight, so it's easy to just throw on and go. The next product that I want to talk about is the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation. Y'all, I think this is honestly the first high-end foundation that I ever purchased years ago. I like it, but it is so matte. I like to use this if I'm going to be wearing makeup for really like a long period of time and I don't want it to budge at all, because this won't. But sometimes it starts to feel heavy, and not cakey, but it does tend to get heavy if you have it on for a long period of time. I haven't really tried to mix it with like illuminating drops, so maybe I'll do that and see if it kind of helps the matteness. But this is a really good product. I really suggest this one if you love the matte look and if you are going some kind of event that you need your foundation to last for a really long time. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this one, but the next product I want to talk about is the LA Girl Pro Matte. I used this once and I hated it. I'm planning on testing it out again because I like to give everything a fair shot, but I mean, everyone talks about how full coverage it is, and it honestly, like, I didn't get that. And I tried it with a brush and a sponge. I don't know, maybe that day, I don't know, maybe I just got a bad one. The next thing I want to talk about is my Mascara Beauty foundations. This is what they look like. A lot of people are really confused that all of this is a foundation. So the concept behind these are, so this is a big palette, but if you were to order it and get yourself color match, you can get, I mean, you can get however many you want, but 4 of these little tins make up a foundation. So normally what people do is get a contour, a highlight, a blush, and an illuminator. So what the deal is about it is it's supposed to eliminate steps, cut your time in half. Like, I mean, I know some people that can get their makeup on in 3 minutes, so instead of putting a foundation on, then a concealer, then a contour, then a blush, you put the highlight in the center of your face, so your forehead, down your nose, under your eyes, and then you put the contour on, and then the blush, and then the illuminator, and then you just blend it all out, and it makes 1 layer of foundation instead of 10, 15 different layers of everything else. So I'm definitely going to keep this. I use this a lot whenever I'm working on brides or just any kind of makeup event for people. I still use it on myself, but I have so many that, I mean, every day I just grab whatever's closest to me. But if you'll never tried out Mascara Beauty, you really should look into it because the concept's awesome and it is just a really, really good product. The next one that I want to talk about is the Sonia Kashuk foundation. I love this. I think probably last summer this was like my go-to everyday foundation. I don't know if I'm like way lighter than I used to be, but this is a little dark for me right now. If I use it, I have to put in some lightening drops. I'm really sad that Sonia Kashuk doesn't have makeup products anymore. I believe all they have is just like makeup tools. So if you are able to get your hands on a Sonia Kashuk foundation, I suggest you do it. But this is a really good one. It's full coverage, it's not super matte, and it looks really pretty on. Next foundation I want to talk about is the Jouer Essentials High Coverage Foundation. This is definitely in my top 3 favorites. I love this. The littlest amount goes the longest way. I was really skeptical at first because the bottle is so small and I really thought that I was going to run through it like super quick, but literally a pea-size amount will cover 1 whole side of your face. If you haven't tried this, you need to. You can only get it online, but if you're in the market for a good high-end foundation, I would really check this one out because it's amazing. The next one I want to talk about is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. I've honestly only used this a few times. I liked it when I wore it, but like I can see as I'm looking at it, I mean, it's not old. I got it not that long ago, but it is settling. There's like a lot of oil at the top, and that's the problem that I did have with it. Was at the end of the day my foundation started to break up, and I'm just not about that. Like, if my makeup's not going to stay on, I don't want to wear that same foundation. I might try this again. If not, I might give it away or donate it, throw it away. I don't know. The next product I want to talk about is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is another one that's in my top favorites. I love this. It looks flawless on the skin. It is very high coverage and it lasts so long. I honestly have nothing but good things to say about it. This is another one, if you're in the market for a high-end foundation, I would check this one out. Also, if you guys didn't know, any foundations that you can get at Sephora, you can go in and ask for a sample and they will color match you and give you a sample so you can try it out before you pay all the money on a full-size product. The next foundation is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I love the applicator of this one. It is just kind of a spatula. So I like to use this like mixing in with another foundation. I wear this one on its own also, but I don't get as much coverage as I would like with it. So if I'm just like wanting a light coverage, like out the door kind of look, I'll go for this one. But it's also really good to mix in with other foundations. So this is a good one. If you haven't tried it out, it's very, very, very affordable for as good of quality it is. So if you want something on the cheaper end, if you're just kind of dipping your toes into like the makeup world, I would check this one out. I have 2 that I'm going to talk about real quick that I just have some samples of. This is the Benefit Hello Happy Foundation, and the reason I got this little one is because I am all about full coverage. Normally the only foundations I'll buy are super full coverage ones or buildable, but this is a light coverage and I just wanted to test it out to see if it was something that I would like if I'm just gonna be in the sun or like at the pool, at the lake, like somewhere where I'm not like in the water but I want something on my face. So I've only used it once and it was really good. I mean, you can build it up, but you still can't build it to full coverage. But if you're someone that likes lightweight foundations, I think you'd really like that one. The other one that I'm testing out, I haven't used it yet, but I think I might do a full video wear test on this. It is Lancome. I'm not even going to try to say the name of it, but I'll tell y'all a little bit more whenever I do the video. But that's another one that I have in my collection. The next foundation I want to talk about is the Maybelline Superstay. This is definitely my go-to grab when I am grabbing a drugstore foundation. Honestly, I haven't really touched any of my drugstore as often as I probably should. The tray that I have all my high-end foundations in, I leave on top of my vanity, so they're just right there, so they're easy for me to grab. But whenever I do grab a drugstore foundation, this is almost always the one I go to. This is definitely a matte foundation, but it's not like super drying matte. It is really high coverage and it looks great on the skin. It blurs any imperfections. It looks awesome. This is another one I would suggest if y'all are in the market for a drugstore foundation. Whew, this is taking longer than I thought. The next one I want to talk about is MAC Pro Longwear. This is a waterproof foundation. I was really kind of like skeptical when I bought this one also because the packaging on this is tiny. Like, I thought that you would run through it like super fast. You really don't. The first time I used this, I didn't get that good of coverage. I don't know why I have that problem sometimes when I first test out a foundation. I guess I don't use, like, I'm not as generous with what I'm using, but I don't want to use too much, you know. I don't know. Maybe I was just having a bad day, but this is a good one. Another thing I like to do with this, I'll just go ahead and talk about this foundation. Also, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I like to mix these two. I'll put on the MAC Pro Longwear first, and then I will apply this one on top of it. But this is a good one, especially if you are going to be in the water and you want something on your face. It is waterproof. That's a plus. I was talking to someone the other day and they're like, I didn't know there was such thing as waterproof foundation. You know what, girl? There is. Back ends, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is another one of my favorites. I'm probably going to say that about a lot, but this one just looks so pretty. It is definitely a little more expensive, but this is a good one to use on brides or for prom. It just looks so good. It looks awesome in pictures, and I just love it. So the next one we have is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot. So I think it was about last summer, I was like hearing about this foundation all over. Everyone loved it. And I just like, there's no way. I mean, Soap & Glory is mostly just like lotions. They don't have the biggest variety in makeup. I guess they kind of do, but I knew of them more in lotions, soap, face wash, all of that kind of stuff. So I was like, no, you know, I don't believe it. So I watched Casey Holmes and she always would rave about it. So I'm like, you know what, I just gotta try it out. So I did, and this is another one that a little bit of product goes the longest way. I haven't used it in a while, so I need to jump back into it, but it is more on the matte side, but it looks great on the skin. I mean, it says fabulous, flawless, full coverage, so that's basically what it is. Next product I want to talk about is the Tarte Hybrid Gel Foundation. I don't know what it was, but there was like one point where I was seeing this everywhere and I was like, that looks beautiful. I need it. So I was looking all over Tarte's website, all over Ulta, Sephora. I could not find it anywhere. Well, finally I found it on Tarte's website. I don't know if it's something that's going out of stock or what, but I don't know how I feel about it. I've only used it about twice. It looks so pretty when you put it on, but I mean, it's like a whipped texture, so you know it's like, I don't know, it looks awesome when you first put it on. Maybe I was using the wrong concealer, primer, all of that with it, but this is one that I've gone back and forth with if I should give it away. I think I'm going to test it out a few times, and if it still doesn't work for me, I'm going to have to say bye to it, but I really want to like it. I really do. So the next product we're going to be talking about is Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. This is, I don't know when I kind of like jumped on to like the makeup train. I mean, I guess I talked about this in one of my last videos. It was, I guess, probably about 2 years ago. But when I was broke, didn't have any money to go spend a lot of money on makeup, which I still don't. I don't need to do that. But I heard a lot about this, and so I went to Walmart and I picked this up because I heard so many good things about it. I mean, it's a 2-in-1 conceal and perfect. I mean, doesn't that just make you think the most high coverage ever? So that is basically what it is. This, I have found that it does oxidize a little bit on me. I'm in the shade 03 Light Beige. That doesn't sound right. But I mean, even looking at it, it looks a lot darker than what you would think light beige would be. So it is a good one. It is definitely full coverage. It is a thicker consistency, so I kind of like to compare this to the Kat Von D foundation, just because if you have it on for a long period of time, it will start to feel heavy and you'll just be able to feel all the makeup that you got on your face. The next foundation we're going to be talking about is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. So this one, just like that one, it's a foundation and concealer. This one is a lot more lightweight on your skin, and I like how it has the doe foot applicator, just like the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. I went on this craze where I was like watching so many videos of the Clinique foundation, so I was like, I need it. It looks really good on the skin and it lasts a long time. This has just been kind of in the back of my foundation collection, so I haven't reached for it. So this is kind of what this video is doing for me. It's reminding me why I like things, so why I need to start using them again. So this is one I know I like, so I'll be using it soon. So the next one is Milani also. It is the Cream to Powder Makeup. Let me just tell you that I honestly have not even used this. I've swatched it and kind of rubbed it on my skin. I got a really light shade, so I was like, I can't use this as foundation. I'll have to use it as concealer because it is pretty light, but I honestly have yet to use it as concealer. I've kind of just thought about throwing it away, but then I'm like, no, I remembered why I was going to use this, so maybe I should just do it and see if I like it. The next foundation I want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way. I love this foundation. It looks so good on the skin. It's a natural finish, so it's not too dry. It's not too dewy. It has really good coverage, and it wears for a really good time. I don't know. I just think, I mean, it's a great one. It really is. This is one, I mean, this is like a known foundation. Like, most people have used this. If you're into makeup, you've used this, you've tried it, you know about it. Most people love it. The next two products I want to talk about are by L'Oreal. One is the Infallible Pro Glow, one is the Infallible Pro Matte. So the Pro Matte, I got this one when I was all about matte, and I still like it. I mix this one a lot with other things, as well as this one. I like to mix them. I like them both a lot. I actually need a new one of this because there's not that much left. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this one. The reason I got it was because I was in Dallas at a friend's house and I left my makeup bag, or no, somehow I just left my foundation. So I had to go to the store and grab another one. And this is what I ended up getting, and I loved it. And then I started using it almost every day. It's a really good foundation to mix also. And there's sunscreen in it. There is SPF 15, only in the Pro Glow though. So that's always a plus when you have a sunscreen in your foundation. The next one we're going to talk about is the Huda Beauty. So this is a faux filter high coverage foundation, which makes you think, Instagram. Everybody wants like the Instagram look. I have been looking at this and I've just been seeing it everywhere, and I just for some reason never got it. And one day I just decided to bite the bullet and order it online. And I was really nervous when I got it because it kind of had the consistency of the Kat Von D. I thought it was just going to be really heavy on, but I mean, it's a mousse, like a moussey whipped consistency, but it doesn't feel that way. It's like more lightweight, which might sound strange, but it's a really good one. I like it. I mean, it's not one that I grab every day by any means, but... So the last drugstore foundation that we have is Maybelline Fit Me Matte to Poreless. This used to be another one of my go-to grabs for the drugstore foundation until I got the Super Stay. It is a good one. I mean, I don't know why I haven't reached for this more. I would recommend this to anybody that has pores and just likes the matte overall look. It is in the market for a drugstore foundation. This is another good one. I mean, I'm going to say that about them all, but you know what? Just go get them all. I don't know what to tell you. They're good. Here's my thing. Foundation is my favorite part of makeup. I love testing out new foundations, but if I knew that I didn't like one, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't still have it. I would chunk it unless I knew for some reason that it would be good to use on clients or good on other people. That would be the only reason I would keep it. But Other than that, kind of like the Milani cream. The only reason I haven't chunked this one yet is because I have thought of a way that I might try to use it, so I want to do that before I chunk. Also, because you spend a lot of money on this stuff and you want to get as much use out of it. Weston always looks at my makeup and he's like, why? Why do you have all this makeup? And I'm like, well, for one, it's not just for me. I use it on clients. I need different things for different people. You never know like what skin type someone's gonna have until you're sitting in front of them. You just never know. So you just need all the things. The next foundation that I'm going to be talking about is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. I'm just going to be honest and tell you that this was all because of Jaclyn Hill. She raved about it. I had to try it. When I first got it, I hated it. Like, there's still such a good amount of product in here because I used it once or twice and I was like, I hate it. It's more dewy, and I got it whenever I liked matte. But now, I mean, I reach for this one really often because I love the finish of it. It's made with argan oil and you can kind of see it. Like, you just see the glow on your face. I definitely set it with powder, but even if you set with powder, I mean, eventually, like, the dewiness of the foundation is still going to come through and you'll be able to see it. I like the dewy look, and honestly, I would recommend this to anybody that has super dry skin because the argan oil will definitely help with that, and it won't cling to any dry patches, which a lot of matte foundations will, or even some dewy foundations. But this one, with the argan oil, it really helps that out. Okay, we're down to 5. So, this one is probably like a favorite of almost anybody that is in love with makeup. Is the Hourglass Vanish Stick. Y'all, this one, it took me forever to buy it. I don't know why. I guess because it's pretty expensive and I knew it was a stick foundation and you don't get as much product with them. But it is really good. I honestly hardly ever wear it on its own though. I love to mix it, and honestly you can mix it with pretty much anything, whether it's a high-end foundation or, like I was telling you, the L'Oreal Pro Glow. That's an awesome one to mix with this. I don't think it's for everyone just because, I mean, most of the time, and a lot of people I know that use it like to mix it, because if you use it on a daily basis just as your one foundation, you're gonna run through this. I mean, I'll show you how much product's in it. So that's how much product I have left, and honestly I don't think that I've used that much from when I got it. So if you're gonna use this just on its own, you're gonna run through it pretty quick. But if you're someone that likes to mix your foundation and you want something full coverage to help out with that, this is a good one. Or if you do makeup on other people, this is a great one just because if you need to alter the color at all, this will help out. Next foundation I want to talk about is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. I know this is a super old one, but this is newer to me. I've only used it once. It is a thicker consistency. I had one of my friends tell me that I probably wouldn't like it because it's heavy. I honestly didn't feel the heaviness on it when I used it, but I was listening to what she said and I tried not to use a lot. So I just used kind of what I needed to cover and then use concealer to cover what wasn't covered. So far I like it. I mean, it is full coverage. There's a lot of people that love this foundation. I know so many people that use it. So if you want a full coverage, like witty kind of texture foundation, I would go for this one. So this one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. I got this one when I was doing Foundation Fridays, testing out a new foundation every Friday. This is kind of like the other one I told you. All the times that I have used this foundation, I have used it on its own. I haven't mixed this one yet, but it is a really good foundation. I mean, it is super full coverage. You do have to use a lot of product because, like I said, it's a stick foundation. You don't get as much that comes out as you would in a pump or a squeezy tube, but it is really pretty on. I honestly wanted to get these. I mean, it's Anastasia and it's only $25, so you really can't beat that, but they have a huge variety of shades, so I wanted to get a lighter shade and a darker shade and try to highlight and contour with those using that as the foundation. So I think I'm going to test that out, but it is a pretty good one. Like I said, the product does go by pretty quick, but it's only $25, so that's not too bad. Next foundation I want to talk about is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I was really skeptical with this because it's medium to full coverage and I just didn't think I would get as much coverage as I want with it. I love the fact that it smells good. It smells like peaches. That's really cool. I mean, it tells you that it's a 14-hour wear. It's an oil control foundation. It's photo friendly, so there's no oils in it, but it's not matte. So it has some dewiness to it, but it's good that there's no oils in it because it won't separate. It won't make your face look all sweaty and gross. The last one that we have to talk about today is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I like this foundation a lot. I like it because it has SPF 50 in it, so if I'm going to the pool and not getting in, because really I don't ever swim, I just go to the pool, go lay out. I mean, if you need something on your face, this is a good thing to put on. SPFs in foundation is a really big deal. It claims to be full coverage. I've never seen that on me. I feel like anytime I watch a video of someone, I see it on them. Here's my problem. I have freckles. I don't want them to show. So I want the most full coverage foundation there is. And with this, I didn't see it, but once you use concealer and get everything else on, it looks great. I mean, it's full coverage enough. So this is a good one, especially if you're out in the sun a lot and you need that SPF. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoy videos like this where I just show you my collection of each makeup category, please give this video a thumbs up and that'll let me know that you want to see more of these. If you haven't, before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!